In this segment, we highlight the underrated, the underappreciated, the people who aren't talked about as much. How good was, and today we're doing Gilbert Arenas. The previous How Good Was, I believe, was Baron Davis. And this one is no different when it comes to an unsung hero in the 2Ks. Gilbert Arenas set precedent with the deep ball, pulling up from 32, one of the pioneers when it came to this shit. And niggas must have forgot. It's your boy Dan. Subscribe to Dan's World. But we're going to play the clip and we're going to go into depth as to how good Gilbert Arenas was. Now, for one, Gilbert Arenas, when he came on the scene, he came as a prolific scorer. Now, a lot of people know him for that deep ball. Gilbert was infamous for shooting from 30 and then turn around, not even looking at that bitch before Chef Curry did it. Gilbert was the long ball specialist. I believe him and T Mac even had a 3-point contest from like 40 in the All Star game. But what people don't know is Gilbert had handle with the rock. Gilbert was an offensive machine, not just with the three ball, but his jumper was his specialty. But Gilbert was a ball player, man. And if it wasn't for that tragedy with the gun incident with Javaris Crittenton, I think his career would have been much more extensive. But you know how that shit go. Cause and effect got me doing the how good was instead of giving my man's a Hall of Fame speech, possibly. But Gilbert had two, maybe 3 years, I want to say, 2 years for sure at his apex where he was a 25 plus scorer. One of the top scorers in the league, top five scorers in the league. He's a legitimate threat. Now people don't mention him. When you talk about top scorers or top players, to me, Gilbert was like a Harden, a colder Harden in my opinion, shit. Because you got a prolific scorer who can score in a array of ways. You have a deadly shooter, and the thing is, Gilbert is clutch too. Doesn't fear any moment. Known for game winners, known for critical clutch situations. Gilbert was a hell of a scorer, man. It pains me. I do the how good was because it pains me to see today that a lot of these fans, they don't even know niggas. They don't know greatness. They put anybody today as one of the elite greatest. But it's players like Gilbert Arenas who don't even get spoken of, who was just a legit bucket getter. 30 points per game in December, says on the bottom. He he was one of those guys. Get put 50 on your head. I went to this game specifically because I remember as a obsessive Kobe fan, I remember the one who torched us. Gilbert gave us 60, and he gave Kobe a double cross out of this fucking world. I hope they don't show what inevitably have to show at some point. Is that Nick Young? Oh, no. Who is this nigga? I don't even remember all these niggas. But yeah, Gilbert, for a 2 year stretch, a nigga could have said Gilbert was the best player in the league. Not that I would have agreed, but like '05, '06, Gilbert put his name in the ring for at least one of the best scorers in the league. At the very least. As we watch. Like I said, people know about the shooting, but they don't know about the handles and the scoring and the finishing at the rim from Gilbert. Granted, he didn't go over niggas' head, but he finished layups with a nice, effective clip, strapped up shorty, and his handles was low key underrated. Motherfuckers don't be talking about Gilbert's rockers, double cross or single cross. Gilbert prolific with the pill, as we see him shoot free throws. But yeah, man, this is just a how good was one of step up, Mamba, step up, Vino. You don't step up on Gilbert, he buzzing every time. That's what I liked about Gilbert, and that's why I say it transcended, low key transcended. Everybody didn't pick up off Gilbert pulling from 30, or as soon as I'm open, I'm a spot him, got him. But It was almost a Steph before Steph in a little facet. I would say Steph just got way more ignorant with it. I pull from anywhere, any airspace, off the dribble, any little window you give me, I'm getting you. Whereas Gilbert was, he kind of set precedent for shooting from 35, like effortlessly. Him and I think T Mac, I want to say, were the two players back in the early 2000s that was pulling from a range that wasn't seen before with consistency, with an effortless nature. Look at Farmar, aka Ear Boy. Shout out to Jordan Farmar. But yeah, this is simply the Gilbert Arenas How Good Was segment. We watching the highlights. Kobe was trying to get these niggas buckets, I remember, but Gilbert was just, ooh, beat ups, Mamba. Gilbert was just on one of his tears, killing. And a lot of people like, ooh, and one, and one. Kobe, I remember this shit so vividly. Kobe hopped on him in the fourth, man, trying to kill him, but Gilbert was already flaming. So it was too late for Kobe. He gave Kobe two and ones in a row. I think it's that one. And I think the one the play I was talking about is coming next. We double cross my nigga. Let's see, 113 to 104. Let's see the next possession. If it's 113 or 114, oh yeah, next possession. Look, uh, okay, that's Karan Butler. Shout out to Karan Butler. See, I could do a how good was on a lot of people, that y'all niggas don't remember and recognize. But Karan Butler was cold too. You see a lot of free throws. You see a lot of these. Like you said, when it comes to the scores, you see a lot of these. Difference between Gilbert and Harden is Gilbert ain't just run up and just be like, foul. Feel like Harden was at the park and then be calling foul all day. Okay. Oh, Lakers got the lead. So it's crunch time, overtime. Kobe. Step up, Kobe. 47. He's not done. 48. He's climbing. It's overtime. Oh, so the motherfucker had 15 points in OT. Kobe on him again. Blow by. This is one of the few people I saw give Kobe buckets. Uh-oh. Kobe on him denying. Look how look at Kobe though. Back door. Back door and one. And one. Kobe will probably tell you behind Iverson, this is probably one of the games he got torched the most. Fourth quarter, Gilbert was giving that nigga buckets. Uh, Kobe still on him. Okay. This is the finale right here. Oh, stop and pop. Stop and pop. He gave Kobe a clip. And it's still not done. That stop and pop three. I think he finale'd them with the for the 60 piece. They got 58 right now. Let's see the 60 piece. Okay, fast break. Maybe no. Maybe free throws for the 60 piece. But nonetheless, you got Gilbert Arenas with the 60 piece. How good was just another underrated player in my early 2000 era that people don't speak of. They talk about the gun incident. They talk about the off the court issues. They actually talk about his legacy when it comes to being on the mic and having infamous sound bites. But one thing they must realize is this brother had game. A lot of brothers had game that ESPN don't talk about. And he's just another one. It's your boy Dame. Subscribe to Dame's World. More content on the way. More how good was. More eye tests. More breakdowns. All that shit coming. Peace.